Alright then, what's up? It's your boy 3 Source out here, checking in with a video, and today we're gonna be doing another anime review, and it's gonna be on an anime named Radiant. And one day I was just scrolling through the internet and I seen an AMV of this, and I watched it and I liked it, and then I decided to check it out and stuff. And let's get into it. First thing first is the plot, and the plot is about a boy named Self, and he is a aspiring sorcerer that's trying to find Radiant, and Radiant is a place where all nemesis live, and nemesis are like very violent creatures, and he wants to destroy this place, and also he wants to make the world like an equal place for regular humans and also cursed humans that are sorcerers. And that's pretty much like this, the base plot of the whole story. I don't want to go too deep and spoil y'all on the series. And then first character we got out of the characters, we got Self, and Self is the MC. Ignore the dog that's barking in the background now. I don't know why my neighbors decide to let their dog out. But Self is the MC, and he has a special gift to wield Fantasia with his hands, and that's very rare to be able to wield Fantasia with your hands or just any type of part of your body, because the average sorcerer needs some type of tool to use, they need like a wand or something to actually use Fantasia. And he's also like just the average shonen character that you see in every shonen. He's like a complete copy of Asta from Black Clover. If you ever seen it, he's like a complete copy. Like, it's like nothing different about them. The only thing is like Asta actually has trouble using magic. That's the only different thing, like the only different things that they got like that's not in common. And he also learns that throughout the story, he also learns that everyone is not like him. And what I mean by that is like no matter like how far he fall, he still pick himself back up. And then like I said, with sorcerers are pretty much oppressed by humans, because they see them as they're cursed humans, and obviously, you know, humans fear something they fear the unknown and something that's not like them. And obviously sorcerers are not like them, because sorcerers can use magic. So he's trying to like unite them, and like he's trying to do it the good way, but he kind of learns throughout, like, over time, that some people deal with it in other different ways. Like, some people use violence, some people use other type of things to counteract them being oppressed by humans. And then we got the female MC, and we got Melly. And Melly is the girl that joins Self on his adventure, and you might be like, the description I gave about her, she legit doesn't like have no type of character development in this whole entire, well, she has like a little, but it's not worth mentioning like in this review. And the only like mentionable thing about her is she has another person live inside her, so she has like a totally different personality. When she get in like a situation where she's very stressed, she awakened like this other character, and it's like a very violent character that actually knows how to wield magic and stuff. And then we have the third MC, Doc. And Doc is also a person that joins just joins Self on his journey. And like I said with Melly, Doc didn't get no type of character development at all. I don't know why I say it like that, but and he's also a realist. Like, Doc is like that character where we're in the story and all the people can relate to him, or he's looking at the characters from our perspective. We like y'all doing all this crazy stuff, and that's pretty much it for characters. Like I said, this series don't have too many deep characters like that. And then my likes on the series, I enjoyed the animation. The animation was above average to me, and it looks very nice with the animations. And then I also love the colors. The colors like a Fantasia. The colors of the magic are absolutely beautiful to me. I just really enjoyed the colors of it. And yeah, and that's pretty much it what I can say with about animations and stuff. And then I also love the world building in this series. And I know it's only been one season, but they did a pretty good job of making me want to know what's in the world, like, cause they got so many different factions. Like some they got the sorcerers, and they got the I can't think of it right now, but it's like the army that has to capture the sorcerers because they think they're evil and stuff. And they got so many different places, and the world itself just looks very interesting to me. So yeah, and I think they did a very good job with it. And then also, I enjoyed Fantasia slash Magic in the series, and it was okay because, like I said, I love the colors of it. The design of Fantasia's is beautiful, but like I also like the concept of it and the way it's used in the series because they got different types of abilities, and they got all types of things like some like you can do all types of magic. I can't really explain every single thing that they can do in magic. And yeah, and one other thing I like is Self and Alma. Alma is like his adoptive mother, and I love their relationship because their relationship is like very wholesome. And I haven't been like watching too many anime that's been just been like a good laid back anime. And I just really enjoyed their relationship because of that. And yeah, and like they relationship or is believable. Like she wants to protect him, but he's like an innocent kid that's like naive. And she knows things about the world. And yeah, their whole relationship is is beautiful. And yeah, and then also I loved Graham character design. I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen for y'all. But his character design is like pretty much his like whole body is wrapped up in bandages, and then he has like this witch hat on, and then he has a cape on. And I don't know, for some weird reason I like that type of design. And I liked his personality too, and his character, his speech patterns, because he talks in third person. I don't know, I enjoyed that. And yeah, then I also enjoyed the music. And usually, like in an anime, usually I watch like the intro like 2 or 3 times, like on the like 2 or 3 episodes. I watch the intro, the whole intro through. But usually I just start skipping it. But I actually sat back and I watched the intro because the intro was, I like the music. It was okay. And the outro music, I actually liked that. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed that. And yeah, and then one other thing that I liked is the message. The message that this anime is trying to push is just pretty much like, cause like the sorcerers are being oppressed by humans, because humans, like, they fear the unknown. So obviously sorcerers can do different things, and sorcerers can use all types of powers that humans can't do. So humans kind of treat all sorcerers as bad people, cause just because a small amount of like a small group of people inside of a large group of people decides to do something bad, that doesn't mean the whole group of people are actually evil and bad. And that's what Self is trying to tell, like trying to get through the human's head, is that not all sorcerers are evil, steal your money, and does that. And then I think some point in the future of the story, like in the season 2, he's gonna try to explain to them that nemesis are not evil either, because like he met this woman that lived around Nemesis, like, cause Nemesis took care of her, because I forgot the name of it. They call it like where they can control Nemesis, and she said Nemesis are not actually bad creatures. And yeah, he tries to tell the humans, and the humans gonna absolutely not believe that, because they already don't trust sorcerers, so why would they trust Nemesis? That's even worse. And then the sorcerers don't trust the Nemesis because the Nemesis are evil too. They're not even human, so that makes it even worse. And yeah, and one other thing is, well, I'm not gonna say that. And yeah, and my dislikes on the series, and I don't got that many, but the ones I do got almost completely ruined the series for me. And yeah, one of my biggest dislikes is Self's motivation. Okay, like what I mean by that is like his motivation to keep moving on. And what is his motivation? His motivation is pretty much that when he was a little kid, he got beat up by some humans because humans were calling him an evil sorcerer. And yeah, and he didn't even like nobody in his family didn't die, nothing. He was just a little kid and it just happened to him. And that was so like that's not like a good reason to kind of like keep moving on and like you just having that motivation because it's not there. And he does like I said, he doesn't get too much character development. It's because of his drive, like his motivation drive. But I can see towards the end, his motivation did kind of shift. It kind of shifted into him wanting to protect his friends. Because at first he wanted to, his main goal was completely just to destroy Radiant. But like his like the thing that was pushing him was that sorcerers were being oppressed by humans, and humans were like treating sorcerers as like bad people, and sorcerers used to actually act bad. And yeah, then the characters are like very weak in this series. And what I mean by weak is their personality, the foundations for their characters are completely trash. Because like I said with Melly, like I couldn't even give you a good description of her character because she really don't got no type of character. She's not a fun character. And like nothing interesting about her other than she has another personality. That's the only thing good. And Doc, like I said with Doc doesn't have no type, well he does have a personality, but it's just his character is not like interesting at all. Other than that, like that's what I mean by the main cast. The main cast is weak, but like outside of the main cast, they do have some strong characters that hold up on their own, like Grimm. They also have the dude that's in the military. I can't remember his name, but he also has like a very interesting background and stuff like that. And I want to see I want to see more of it. But the main cast, none of them are interesting. The MC is not interesting at all. And then the other two ones, they're not even interesting either. So they like just makes it even worse. And that's why I didn't really like the characters like that. And yeah, and one other thing that like in the beginning of this series you're gonna absolutely hate it is the comedy. The comedy is garbage. Like usually, and I try not to be real negative about anime because I love anime, but this crap right here was just garbage all around because the comedy like it was way too forced, and it was kind of annoying in some parts of the story where they could have took a different tone with it and made the characters seem more serious, and they could have helped the characters develop. They decided to go more of a comedic route. And yeah, and this anime was it was littered with too much comedy, and they did not market this anime to me as a comedy. They marketed to me as a adventure. I didn't sign up to be looking at comedy every few seconds. And yeah, and I know that kind of don't make sense to me complaining about the comedy, but if you watch it or you already watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It's just bad all around, and it's not funny. So this made it even worse that it wasn't funny to me. And yeah, and then one other thing that's like the biggest one for me is it was even worse than the comedy, and it was the filler. And I don't mean like it was actually filler because cause I haven't read the manga, so it probably was actually in the story. But they'll do they'll keep the main plot, like the main storyline, they'll keep going on that path, right? But then they'll take a few episodes and they'll go off and do something else. Cause okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. When Self was he was after he went his berserk mode, and then he was struggling with trying to he was scared that he was gonna hurt his friends because he could not control that mode. And every time he went into this form just started hurting everything around it. So he was kind of worried about his friends. But they could have took the last two episodes of the series to try to explain it to us. Guess what they did? They went a whole different route, and they went a filler route where he was just doing random stuff that didn't make sense. And one of the biggest ones for me was the one with the octopus and the coffee, and Doc got captured by the octopus. And the whole how usually an anime they had some type of training montage. the training montage for this anime was garbage because it felt like filler, and the character didn't even get strong afterwards, so they made it even worse. And yeah, and then there's like I said, I really can't say too much about that because like when you watch the anime, the first 10 episodes are completely, they're gonna feel like filler. You're gonna feel like you're watching a slice of life anime, and I'm not even joking about that. Like okay, I could say like the first episode, and then it gonna have like a little like when Seth was trying to save the village and he was trying to defeat them three sorcerers. That where it got kind of serious. But then after that, it went back down, and it just started like playing like slice of life stuff, and I did not sign up for slice of life. I signed up for like a shonen action type anime, and yeah, and I just didn't like it. And like I said, and then like after the series, the last 2 episodes felt like filler, so they made it even worse. And yeah, I'm sorry I went on a tangent about that. But yeah, then some of my thoughts, like I said, the anime could have been way better. The concept for Fantasia, the world, it had the resources for it, and it had like the information for it. Like they just could have expanded on it way more instead of going off and doing filler and like just useless things that weren't even important. They could have like went off and just explored the story and not added comedy, and they could have made the characters like way better, more serious, more realistic. And yeah, and then hopefully during season 2 they can somehow make a comeback and actually make it good this time. And I want to see them expand on the world, make the characters way more better, cause like in the series, Melly never got the character development, but Melly do have an interesting background. They never showed us the background, but she somehow related to Grimm. So I want to see what's her background. Melly and Doc is not Doc. Like I said, Doc is just Doc. He's not an interesting character, but hopefully they can make the main cast actually interesting characters, or just introduce some new ones. And yeah, and then we got rating, and what I like. Okay, what like I rate the characters. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's very average. Like I said, the characters, they're not deep. They're not relatable, not realistic. So I just put it at average. It's like a regular anime to me. And yeah, and then the plot is very average. It's like exact replica of Black Clover in a sense. But Black Clover expanded on their world way more than what Radiant did. And yeah, and then the world building, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's above average, and I actually enjoyed the world building. I want to see where some of the places they was at. I want to see them more, and I want to see just the world itself more. And I was gonna give it an 8, but it wasn't too much crazy stuff that I actually like enjoyed in the world. But I really, really did like the world. And yeah, and then the execution of the plot, and I got this on 3 out of 10, because what I mean by the execution of the plot, if you give me an average plot and then the way you execute it is like very average, then obviously you did a bad job. Like you can't have an average plot and then execute the plot at an average rate. You really can't do that. So yeah, the execution for the plot, I gave it a 3 out of 10. It's really, really bad. And they, like I said, like they didn't even like, it had is a bunch of filler in between. It's not actually filler, but it felt like filler. And yeah, and then we got animations. The animations, I gave it a 7 because I enjoyed the animations. It was above average. The colors also made me give it an extra point because I enjoyed the colors, the brightness of the world and stuff like that. And yeah, and then should you watch the anime? And I flat out say no. This is the first time I ever said this for anime. On me reviewing animes, I never said that you shouldn't watch an anime, but I flat out say you shouldn't watch this. This is not worth your time. But if you want to watch it now, since I like explained it to you, or you had already watched it, I'm sorry you had to suffer through that. But yeah, and I just say don't watch it at all. It's not worth your time. And yeah, and I'll just wait until season 2, and then if season 2 ends up, like if you see me do a review on season 2 and season 2 is actually like very decent, then yeah, yeah, you can go back and check out the second season. I mean, the first season then, or if you just see like the second season come out and they actually release episodes, then I say it's kind of worth investing in it. But yeah, it's not worth 21 episodes. It's not worth that. This not worth like it's not worth like a few hours of your time, depending on how you watch it. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, and I know it in like my next video, One Piece, and they have One Piece chapter out this week, so I'm just gonna release a regular One Piece video. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. I don't really got no updates for y'all. And yeah, and it's your boy 3 Swift Style. Y'all already know. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me if you like the anime, or if you or if you haven't watched it yet, or is you planning to watch it. And yeah, and you already know, hit the notification bell. And it's your boy 3 Swift Style. And I'm out.
To the tune, till I'm dead. Don't want room, mama, go by, don't want French. To the tune, till I'm dead. Don't want room, mama, go by, don't want French. You was acting like you don't remember me, keep the same energy.